Okay. All right. Well, I'm back. All right. So again, like I said, excuse me if this is going to be redundant. It is going to be a review of a lot of it may sound like a review. All right. So all aboard, or are you all bored? Let's get started. All right. So today we're going to talk about modern man's dilemma, personal religion as a solution, the power of revealed truths, and the loyalties of personal religion. Like I said, this may sound very similar to lesson 2, but I feel like it may give a little bit more meat to what we talked about last week, preparing to go in for what's coming up in lesson 4. All right, so we are living in an age where we have this amazing, amazing technology. We have more personal freedoms than we've ever had on the planet as individuals. Yes, there are still a lot of social, economical injustices. There's still a lot of people who are oppressed all over the world. But there are also a lot of us more than ever before experiencing more personal freedoms, more technology and access to more people, to more things, but yet there's also a growing sense of unhappiness on the planet. In the midst of all of this expansive and of living life in an abundancy, we are still able to find ourselves in hell. And if you're familiar with Louis C.K., I'm gonna let him give a comical comedian overview of just what I was trying to illustrate.
Everything is amazing right now, and nobody's happy. Like, in my lifetime, the changes in the world have been incredible. When I was a kid, we had a rotary phone. We had a phone that you had to stand next to, and you had to dial it.
Yes.
You don't realize how primitive, you're making sparks in a phone. And you actually would hate people with zeros in their numbers, because it was more, like, oh, this guy's got 2 zeros, screw that guy, why do I want to... And then if they called and you weren't home, the phone would just ring lonely by itself. And then if you wanted money, you had to go in the bank for when it was open for like 3 hours. You had to stand in line, write yourself a check like an idiot. And then when you ran out of money, you just go, well, I can't do any more things now.
Right.
I can't do any more things.
That's it, yeah.
That was it. And even if you had a credit card, the guy would go, ugh, and he'd bring out this whole shunk, and he'd write, you'd have to call the president to see if you have any money. And
it's all true, kids. You had to call the president, yeah. It was ridiculous.
Yes.
Do you feel that we now, in the 20...
That's all.
Everything is amazing. At home, the phone would just ring. It was open for like 3 hours. Well, I can't do any more things now. A credit card, the guy would go, ugh, and he'd bring out this whole shunk, and he'd write, you'd have to call the president to see if you have any money. And
it's all true, kids. You had to call the president, yeah. It was ridiculous.
Yes.
Do you feel that we now, in the 21st century, we take technology for granted?
Well, yeah, because now we live in an amazing, amazing world, and it's wasted on the crappiest generation of just spoiled idiots that don't care, because this is what people are like now. They got their phone, and they're like, it won't. Give it a second. It's going to space. Can you give it a second to get back from space? I was on an airplane, and there was internet, high-speed internet on the airplane. That's the newest thing that I know exists. And I'm sitting on the plane, and they go, open up your laptop, you can go on the internet. And it's fast, and I'm watching YouTube clips. I'm in an airplane. And then it breaks down, and they apologize, the internet's not working. The guy next to me goes, this is bull. Like, how quickly the world owes him something he knew existed only 10 seconds ago. Flying is the worst one, because people come back from flights and they tell you their story. And it's like a horror story. They act like their flight was like a cattle car in the 40s in Germany. That's how bad they make it sound. They're like, it was the worst day of my life. First of all, we didn't board for 20 minutes. And then we get on the plane, and they made us sit there on the runway For 40 minutes, we had to sit there. Oh, really? What happened next? Did you fly through the air incredibly like a bird? Did you partake in the miracle of human flight, you non-contributing zero, that you got to fly? You're flying! It's amazing. Everybody on every plane should just constantly be going, oh my God! Wow! Yes! You're flying. You're sitting in a chair in the sky.
Yes. Yeah.
But it doesn't go back a lot. And it's not really, here's the thing. People they say there's delays on flights.
Yeah.
Delays, really? New York to California in 5 hours. That used to take 30 years to do that. And a bunch of you would die on the way there and have a baby. You'd be a whole different group of people by the time you got there.
All right.
Everything is amazing.
I hope y'all found that as funny as I hope y'all find that as funny. So here we are, and the point he was trying to pretty much make is that we really could be living in paradise right now. I think about all the stuff that we take for granted that we have now. We really could be living absolutely in paradise. I'm gonna I see someone raising their hand. Skylar, did you want to say something?
Oh no, I did that earlier.
Okay, all right. Y'all chat if you wanted to open up your hand. But it's we really could be living in paradise, but we have made such a hell of our lives. I think about this summer, how I drove by my pool at my housing complex every single day. I've only swam in that pool twice this summer. I had to force myself to do it. And I think about all the summers of my childhood, how I spent complaining every day to my parents how horrible it was that we didn't have a pool, how I hated living in the country because I didn't have a pool. And when I grew up, I was going to live in the pool. And that's all I needed in my life was a pool during the summertime. And now I remember just being depressed and angry and frustrated, driving by the pool, looking at all the people having fun, so I could just go sit in my house and just stare at the walls, thinking about my life, instead of just being out there enjoying that pool. So on top of all this beautifulness that we have on the planet, we're still angry. People are still pissed. We're still unhappy. We take it for granted. So more technology, more stuff don't make us happy. And then we have these philosophies of people saying, well, just be your true self. Find out how to be your true self. And we have permission on the planet for everyone to really be who they can really be. You really get to be your true self. Yeah, people may persecute you, but you're not going to be locked up, put in prison, burned at a stake. But yet we still aren't really finding out happiness. And I love this meme that I found that it says, when people say, just be yourself, but when you got 15 different personalities that emerge, depending on your mood. And for me, I'm falling in the Gemini zodiac. So this be your true self, be who you are, do what you want to do. That that don't work for me, because that literally, it changes every hour. All right. So those philosophies in this world, even though we have so much more personal freedom, we have so much technology, it is not enough to bring us any type of real happiness, true power, and anything that can really help liberate us and put our planet, put our society, and even ourselves in any state of happiness and true growth and progress. We are desperately right now, more than ever, in need of a true personal religion. We are in need of really assimilating our higher powers, our values, so we can be able to enjoy and take advantage of the technology that we have. So we can take advantage and enjoy the personal liberties that we haven't had in years, in not just years, in millennia. We've never been on the planet where we have the freedom to truly be ourselves unhindered. But we're not, because most of us are stuck trying to figure out how to pay our bills or survive, or be angry at some ex-lover, or worrying about how to obsess over getting some lover. But we're not able to truly actually enjoy living on the planet. Can I get an amen? All right. So today we're talking about how we have such a real problem of unhappiness that we really, 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 really have to deal with. a problem that political policies aren't going to remedy, a problem that new technologies are not going to fix, and a problem that institutional religions obviously aren't solving or fixing. They probably are actually causing more problems. So what's going to really be needed is, once again, as I said in part 1 and part 2, it must begin within. The problem is within us, and so is the solution. Everything that happens is in the outer world, that happens in the outer world is just an out picture of that which is going on in the world. If we each individually build a new inner world, our outer world will change. Our outer world will change based on our inner world. We have to begin within. We have to create our own happiness, our own sense of power within ourselves. And that technology that we do that, or that technique of doing that, is what I refer to as having a true personal religion. Mind is our builder, as I said in part 1 and part 2. And what we focus on, we build. And it is super easy to align your inner world in accordance with what you see suggested by the outer world. It's very easy to do that. But it requires great faith. This is the key component of a personal religion, is faith. It requires great faith in order to align your inner world to a reality unseen but hoped for, the only evidence of what is to manifest. This is my new word for faith, okay? I upgraded Paul's definition of faith, and I've added one that says it's holding on to a reality unseen but hoped for. The only evidence is what is to manifest comes from your faith within you. And that faith, trust, and assurance in a reality unseen is your true personal religion. When you put that faith and that trust into a reality unseen, that's the working definition today that we're using to talk about what is your true personal religion. Let's break that down, all right? So faith is in the unseen supreme reality and values over that which is seen and felt in the midst of your conflicting impulses, moods, and contrary appearances. Trust is that which you believe in your heart is a supreme and lasting value for yourself, is also supreme and lasting value for everyone. I'm not talking about your convictions versus whether you eat meat or whether you believe in worshiping on Sunday. I'm talking about true and supreme values of love, of forgiveness. I'm talking about higher values of worshiping and knowing that your reality comes from within yourself. You have to trust and believe that what you know is a supreme and lasting value for yourself is actually true for everybody else. That may sound a little complicated now, but we will elaborate on it over the weeks to come. But one of the most important features of having a personal religion is that you've got to trust that what you are believing in your core heart is a true value for you, is true for everyone else. And then you got to have the assurance. Having a personal religion is having the assurance that the supreme reality is and can be realized, actualized in and by you through your individual personal experience. If we don't have the assurance that our higher realities, if we don't have the assurance that we can actually manifest, actualize, and experience those values and those realities and those higher things that we talk about, then there's no use of having a religion. There's no use of having faith, because without having that assurance, you're basically just living a life of being almost led by a blind faith and being food into something that you're never experiencing. But this assurance is a knowing that I can realize love, I can realize joy, I can realize happiness, I can realize peace that surpasses all understanding. I can realize and actualize my abundance. It's not just something that it's not a philosophy. It's not something that just sounds good, but I can actually, in this flesh, in this body, realize what it feels to be abundant and to manifest abundance. So we have a personal religion is having faith, trust, and assurance of what we believe and trust. We can actually experience it. we can feel it, and we will manifest it. And it starts within ourselves. All right, any questions, comments before we move on about true personal religion and the state of why we need it? Anybody want to add or need to contribute anything?
Just to clarify, when you say supreme reality, that's the reality that you experience when you're adhering to your supreme values.
All right, that's what I'm going into next. Thank you for asking. That supreme reality is the next few slides that we're talking about. What is that supreme reality? And I hope I answer your question. I'll come back and ask. Thank you for saying that. Anybody else? Okay. Make sure I'm not skipping anybody. If you feel like I'm skipping you, just type in the text in the chat. I'll see that. All right. So that supreme reality is the goal of revealed religion. In the previous two lessons, we talked about revealed religion. The goal of revealed religion is to give the mind of man a higher and higher realities to align with and manifest in his physical reality. So truth, the definition for truth is, today the definition we use for truth is that of realities which has lasting values, or that which is of supreme value. I kind of got to work that out a little bit. But basically what I'm trying to say is the definition of truth is we all create realities, right? So whatever you believe, if you believe that the world is a hostile place that you always got to defend, that is a reality that you create. We can't deny that is a reality. If you, every time you get in traffic and you believe that people are trying to bully you on the highway, you create a reality. We can't deny that reality. But what happens is all of our realities contains that which is true, or that which is a value, or that which has no value in it. So all of our realities contains truth. Those things that have true value, those things that are of supreme, along with the supreme reality, supreme values, and that which is lies. And we talk about that more and more. The search for truth is the search for the supreme reality and supreme values. And that truth sets us free. All right, so let's talk a little bit about muscle testing. Muscle testing is going to...
Okay, we are just one organism. We think mind, body separate. No way, we're one. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to show you what happens when we do different things with the mind. All right, so here's what I'm doing. I ask you to hold up your arm. Okay, now I'm going to press down, and I want you to resist. So that, in other words, don't let me press your arm. Okay, ready? So just... Okay, he's very strong. Good. Okay, great. So we can see that I'm really pushing and he's resisting. Okay, so now I want you to say, my name is Larry.
My name is Larry.
And resist. Okay. Now, relax. And then, hold up. And my name is Mary. And then resist.
My name is Mary.
Okay. Wow. I mean, that was like nothing. Mm-hmm. Now, notice, so what happens, relax, thank you. So what happens is when we tell a lie or an untruth, it actually disempowers our brain, and it disempowers our entire body. Wouldn't this be fascinating? Imagine if they just did this in juries. We could speed up all the processes like that.
Okay, so the illustration of muscle testing is showing that there is a part of our body that knows innately what is truth and what is connected to the supreme reality. Whenever you hold a thought, a word, an image, an idea in your consciousness that is aligned with truth, it makes your whole energy field go stronger. When you hold a thought, a statement that is aligned with a lie, it makes your energy field go weak. Here's it better illustrated by Wayne Dyer. Fast forwarded.
Sit down. All right. Here, come over this way. Okay. Just put your arm up.
Like here?
No, over here.
Over here?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now, I'd like you to think of, first of all, tell me your name.
Michael.
Michael what?
Gorgian.
Is that the truth?
Yeah,
Tell me you're telling the truth.
I'm telling you the truth.
My name is,
Michael Gorgian.
and that is the truth? Okay,
That's-
resist me as hard as you can, okay? And I'm going to just push down, okay? So that's the truth. Now, for just 1 second, just make up a name. But tell me that it's the truth. I want you to lie to me. What is your name?
My name is Ron Garcia.
My name is Ron Garcia. Is that the truth?
Yes, that's the
You're
truth.
telling me the truth?
That's the truth.
Say it again. My name is,
My name is Ron Garcia.
and that is,
The truth.
hold that thought. Hold that thought. You see the shift? Can you see a change in you? Can you see a slight change in you?
Yeah,
okay, you're
I felt
strong.
that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I'd like you, I'm just doing that for a little
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, now I'd like you to think about someone. I'd like you to move over this way. There we go. I'd like you to think about someone in your life that abused you, abandoned you, that did something to, without any details, I don't want to know any of the details, and you are hurt by it, and you are angry about it. And forget about whether you've forgiven them or not. I want you to just think about getting even with them. I want you to think about revenge, okay? I'm going to get even with that person no matter what, okay? And put your arm out, and can you hold on to that thought of revenge, okay? I'm going to get even with that person for what they did. I'm angry at them. And hold on to that thought and just think, resist me as hard as you can. And notice what's happening with your arm. Resist, again, one more time. Think that thought. I'm really going to get angry. I'm really pissed. I'm really hurt. I'm going to get you back for that, okay? And resist me as hard as you can. Now notice what's happening here. You have almost no strength. I'm not even pushing down. Now I want you to just change the thought.
Okay.
I want you to change the thought right now. And I want you to change it to one of love and forgiveness. I just want you to surround them with the light of God. I want you to surround them with the most beautiful love that you can think of. And just think of that thought. They did what they knew how to do, given the conditions of their life. I can't ask any more of anybody than that. Put your arm out. Put your arm out. Resist me as hard as you can, and forgive them in your heart. And forgive them in your heart. Now get even. Get angry. Get really. I'm going to get really even with them, and watch what happens. Can you see the change? You see the change? Okay. That's how it works. See, every thought you have of shame, every thought you have of anger, every thought you have of revenge is a thought that weakens you. Every muscle in your body. It's even in your eye.
Well, I think, yeah, even I've, like I couldn't look at you when my attention
I could
goes
see the shift.
somewhere.
All right, so that was pretty fascinating, right? Did y'all all catch that? So this was discovered back in the 1960s. And basically, there is an energy field of truth that your body's aligned with. There is a supreme reality. So what this reveals is that kinesiology, first of all, has an almost certain 100% accuracy every time. It will always reveal either a yes, a no, true, or false. The muscle weakens on things that are false, and it goes strength on truth. These experiments reveal that there is a supreme reality, a supreme truth, or supreme power that is connected to everything and everyone. It's a true reality that your body, your soul is connected to, your consciousness is connected to. And when you are aligning with those ideals, those values from that true supreme reality, it brings your body, it brings your mind, it brings your power into strength. Even as Wayne Dyer was pointing out, the guy said his eyes were going weak. Our whole body goes weak. Every parts of our organs, our chakras go weak when we are aligning with things that are not of truth. And it reveals also that truth cannot be hidden, even if the rational mind is not aware of. Even if you're not aware of what is true, your body knows what is truth. That's why when someone comes and speaks and gives you a revelation of truth, it can be an insight, it can be something you've never heard before. But that truth will resonate in your body, and your body will know that it is true. Your body will know, I know what I'm hearing is of truth. Alignment. So everything resonates in alignment with certain levels from weak to high. Every thought, emotion, word, or action is aligning with the supreme reality in some various forms. The supreme reality is the highest and highest and highest levels of truth that you can align with. There's a supreme reality and there are supreme values that come from the supreme reality, okay? When you align your life, your thoughts, your emotions, your words and actions, when you align it with the things of truth and supreme value, you get strength in your body, you get strength in your chakras, you get strength in your thoughts. When you align your thoughts, your emotions, your words, and your actions with that which is false, or those things that don't contain truth, or those things that contain very little of the supreme reality, or very little qualities of truth, it will make you go weak. The powerful patterns of your life are associated with truth, and the weak patterns in your life are associated with things that you've gone into a lie with falsehood. When you are depressed, angry, when you are in any type of emotional frustration, when you're in any type of emotional suffering, you have gone into an agreement. You have gone into an alignment with falsehood. And what you have to do is release yourself from falsehood and realign with truth. To realign with truth, all you got to do is go in yourself. Truth is already there. That's what personal religion is. We're going to talk about over the next few lessons. All right, let's continue to illustrate. So the whole world is a hologram. This whole world is a hologram, and we manifest in our inner reality what we think about. So our outward realities that you created right now, we all have created a reality. We all have created situations, circumstances. There's patterns in our life right now. Right now, your Sunday, after you end this Sunday school, is going to unfold based on the patterns that you've created over many, many years. And those patterns and those realities going to unfold are either going to be aligned with the supreme reality of truth, or they're aligned with the lies that you have just adapted over the years. If they're aligned in truth, you're going to experience power. When they're aligned in those lies, you're going to experience weak. When you feel aligned in power, you're able to endure the ebb and flow of life. There's an ebb and flow of life. We all know about it. There's sickness and health. There's disease. There's joys. There's happiness. When you have that power, you can just get through those situations. But when you're weak and you're aligned in lies, any little situation, any little incident, when you're tired, just like in natural life, when you're tired and had a long day, everything irritates you. It's so easy to be frustrated. When you're hungry, when you don't have enough energy, anything can set you off. But when you're in a positive, great space, it takes a lot for people to upset you. That's how it is when you're aligned in truth. The more truth there's in your body, the more truth that you're aligned with, the more truth in your thoughts, the more truth, or the more of that supreme reality that you're aligned with, the less and less you're manipulated or you're influenced by the schemes, the isms, the ebb and flow of life. You're able to navigate stronger and powerfully through the world. All right. David Hawkins used kinesiology, and he used muscle testing to create a scale of consciousness. In his scale of consciousness, he discovered that there are levels of each of our realities that are aligned with truth. The highest level of truth that he felt like in our world that we can align with is that of enlightenment and peace. The lowest level that your reality can align with, where there is the most absence amount of truth and quality, is the level of shame. And in each of these levels creates different life views and different realities. So for example, a person at the level of shame, your reality that you will look upon, you will see a miserable world, and the primary emotion that you will experience will be one of humiliation. If your reality corresponds to fear, your primary emotion that you exist at is going to be anxiety, and your world is constantly going to be producing back to you a frightening experience. But again, when you're aligning your thoughts, your emotions in the highest truth, your world is going to be reflecting of these higher realities, ones that you see the world as feasible, you see the world as meaningful or harmonious or happiness. All right. All of the teachers of all of our history, of all mankind, they came to the earth, they come to us to reveal to us truths in threefold. There's threefold revelation of truth of the supreme reality. So the supreme reality is that which reflects the highest truths of nature, the highest truths of the mind, and the highest truths of spirit. So no matter what the religion is, no matter who the teacher is, from all of the great avatars that ever came to our planet to reveal to us, they're revealing to us the highest truth in the language that we can receive, in parables that we can receive, to help us align ourselves with the supreme values of nature, of mind, and spirit. Okay, so the truth is being revealed to us threefold. They're being revealed to us again according to the lines of what is true for nature, what's the highest truth of nature, what's the highest truth of mind, and what is the highest truth of spirit. And your personal religion will have to be your life aligning with all three of those highest truths. So you may experience certain religions may be more aligned in truth with the spirit, but they may not be truthfully aligned with nature. Other religions may be aligned more with the truth of nature, but they don't reveal the truth of spirit. Another metaphysical or scientific-based religion may show us the reality, the highest reality of mind, but its absence of the reality of spirit or of nature. It is the three together that help us be able to process and to align our lives in a cooperative, equally balanced way. All right. Aligning your truths with the supreme values is what true religion is. True religion is aligning your thoughts. It's aligning of your actions with those three areas. When you are respecting and living living according to the laws of nature, the highest truth of nature, when you're living in cooperation with nature, when you're living in alignment with those truths of mind, when you're living in alignment with those truths of spirit. The true personal religious life is an adaptation of higher values and truths to the demands and whatever possible situations arise from your day-to-day living. So the true personal religious life is an adaptation when you are able to take those higher truths, those higher values from nature, from mind, from spirit, and you adapt them into whatever your situations are in your daily life. When you do that, you're bringing in truth to your world, you're bringing in truth to your situations, and you begin to experience your true powerful self. You bring it, the kingdom of God is brought to heaven. That's why Jesus told disciples, let thy kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. As you begin to align with those realities, that supreme reality begins manifested through you. And you're basically bringing heaven, you're bringing your high reality down into earth through your living. Okay? And the ultimate end, as we restated in the previous weeks, is peace. That peace, that level of peace that you get when you align with those realities, when you live in that lifestyle, it is the true gateway to freedom, to real freedom. And that freedom brings you confidence to get out of your way. And it allows you to live courageously and enthusiastically in a crazy world. Because what's happening is your faith, your trust, and assurance is all within the supreme values within you. And so more and more and more, your consciousness, your energies are being brought in to your own power. You are able to realize that your truth, the truth that you hold on to gives you a sense of power. And that power gives you peace despite all of the things that's happening around you in the external world. And that peace allows you to live free. And it allows you to have a sense of confidence. And that confidence can say, I can just live my life. I can live my life and you can get out of the way knowing that your values and truth is always going to lead you to whatever it is that you need. Again, I'm a little oversimplifying this because I repeated it so well in lesson 2. Well, I didn't read it so well, but I repeated so much of it. The first thing that happens when you begin to live that lifestyle aligned with truth is the first effect is your heart chakra is able to expand. When you are able to release yourself from alignment with fear, your heart chakra naturally, organically expands. You naturally have an awakening of your heart. When that heart is open, the universal divine love floods that heart vortex, and individuals become transformed into what I call lovers and light workers. This happens naturally and organically. So let me give a small recap. When you are beginning to live your life every day aligned with truth, and with these truths, you get a sense of confidence, you get a sense of assurance. That confidence allows you to release fear. When you release fear, naturally and without any intention on your part, when you release fear, love is actually able to take over your heart chakra. And that love from your heart chakra expands out higher to the higher chakras and goes over down to lower chakras. And you become transformed into a true lover and light worker. You begin to find yourself more tolerant and understanding and compassion. And that creates a contagious love that actually is also able to open up love in other people's heart. And your love helps break down their heart, and that light helps break down ignorance and helps bring more revealed truth to the planet. This is how each one of us transforms the world. Your love opens up other people's love, and your light helps bring more revealed truths into the world. This is the essence and basis of a light worker. The light workers are bringing truths through their everyday being that help dispel ignorance and help people that are misaligned in lies, help them realign in truths. Here's an example of the lifestyle of what I call love and light. These people are what have been referred to as the real children of God. Jesus Christ was one of them, right? And when Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life, he wasn't demanding worship, but he was making it known that he was the example of the life we are called to live, a life of faith, trust, and assurance. There is no other way for you to experience wholeness, completeness, power, true joy, and true victory on this planet unless you are living a life of faith, trust, and assurance in the supreme realities and higher values. And when he made that statement, he was not demanding exclusivity to his religion or even to him, but he was saying, I represent a life. It is this life I'm living, this life of faith, trust, and assurance. What you have seen in me do, this, he was telling the disciples, what you've seen me, how you see me live, how you see me go about my life, this is what is the way to get to where you want to get to. It is a lifestyle of faith, trust, and assurance. There is no other way. There is no other way for us to experience any type of true joy, true wholeness, and true completeness without that faith, without that trust, and without that assurance in our supreme realities and in our supreme values. All right. When it comes to you discovering your values, this is also why he told his disciples, and he was quoted saying, seek ye first the kingdom of God. Study, study, study. This is what you all have been doing. This is what I want to congratulate you all on for taking a leap of faith, however many years ago it was, that made you say, I want to know what truth is. I want to know what is truth, what is values. You're on that journey. And you're doing it, and you will get everything that you need by prioritizing your search for truth, whether it is through Buddhism, whether it is through the law of one material, whether it is through studying in-depth Islam, Christianity. It is your desire and study of truth that is going to allow you to create your personal religion and align your life with those values. That's also why there's a scripture verse that says faith comes by hearing and hearing the word. I put the world of God, but I meant the word of God. Again, I was stressing and using this point to stress it is highly important for you to study your truths and to not abandon the importance of studying and the importance of hearing and listening and exposing yourself to truth and real truth. And another important verse that really captures this is in the book of Romans, where it was said, do not be conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. It is highly important for us to really, really work hard at not going alone with the world patterns, the collective consciousness that's created, because the collective consciousness is mostly a pattern or reality that is aligned with lower truths or lower falsehoods. And if you're conformed to that pattern, you are going to experience the world's manipulations of those powers that are creating those patterns. But you have to continually to renew your mind, renew your thoughts based on the truths that's been revealed to you through your personal studies, through the mysteries and the teachers that you reveal. They're trying to give you values and truths. This course that I've designed is only designed to help you take your values that you have studied and gained and create your religion out of. I am not so much giving you values. I'm not so much revealing to you a teacher or teaching or philosophies. I am giving you what we're going to continue to overdo. What I am continuing to lay out over the next few weeks is a structure, is a plan of what to do with your own teachings, with your own values that you have got and have accumulated over time. Okay? So I want to make sure that y'all are understanding very clear that I am just giving a framework and a structure and showing you the importance of what to do with your truths and your values. Now, I am a teacher of religion, and I am working on a personal religion to teach people, but that is not what this course is, okay? This course is what you can, as giving you the framework and the structure that you need and the foundation you need to take already what you have studied or to create for you can, if you haven't already, if you haven't been on a journey studying, we can still, this is still going to give you a framework. So as you gather truths, as you gather reveal things, you can put them, you know how to put them in a place that you can make absolutely use and application in your daily life for, versus just like, oh, that was deep, and then go about living. This is actually going to help you learn how to, when you hear a deep truth, when you hear some channel material, when you hear some revealed religion, you'll know how to take that truth, how to take that value and put it into your daily life application so you can create a life of power and strength. All right, so that was actually a quick lesson today that I thought I would spend more time elaborating on, and we probably can have time for some discussion to go back and clarify some things, because I feel like it was maybe oversimplified, but I'll find out when I give you all a chance to speak. Next Sunday is lesson 4, and that's when we're going to create what you need to be loyal to in order to experience your personal religion with your values: prayer, worship, sincerity, integrity, study, and fellowship. So really quickly, I'll go over these. Prayer is basically your ability to align yourself in the truths and values that you've been taught and exposed. Worship is the appropriation of those values into, my definition of worship is when you take those truths and you take the experience and you put them in every area of your life. You align them in every chakra. You align them in every avenue of your life. Sincerity is the decision to speak and tell the truth every day of your life. It is the ability to communicate in such a way that you're letting other people know, you're letting other people come to the most appropriate conclusion about what you believe, about what your thoughts are. Integrity, for me, is about living in a life where you stay complete. You stay complete with other people and you stay complete with yourself. And study is obvious, what I talked about earlier, is a loyalty and devotion to continual learning, to continual perfecting yourself and continually progressing. Whatever truths we learn today, they can be clarified and expanded 10 years from now. Whatever those truths we learn 10 years from now, they will still need to be further expanded and clarified 20 years from now. We will never stop learning. We will never ever be able to fathom the absolute supreme reality in just one setting. We will only be able to understand it in successive revelations and in successive expansive doses as we get it. The other loyalty we're going to be talking about is for your importance of fellowship, how important it is to be around other like-minded individuals who share your values, who share and also are aligned to the same supreme reality and values that you are. Whether it is two of you all, that's all that is needed. Just two of you all need to gather together to be able to help hold each other accountable to those values and to help facilitate the application and the alignment of those values in your daily lives. And then service. The part of service is making sure that you are allowing your light and your love that has come as a result of your personal religion to be exposed and to be expressed on the planet with other people. You can't just stay in your fellowship with you and your spiritual support group. We got to get out of that support group and interact with the world. That is how the world is transformed through our service. Whatever your artwork is, whatever your, let's say it's your artwork, your music, it is me teaching this course. By me teaching this course, I'm able to let my light and love come through. By you writing your music, you're letting your light and love come through. By you doing your work and your job, you're letting your light and love come through. Whatever your individual service is to the planet through that light and that love, you're healing other people and you're healing the planet. And those are the 7 loyalties that I encourage us all to build our religion around, but you build them around based on what you have studied and what you have gained over the course of your life. Okay, right. So that is actually the conclusion of lesson 3 today. I want to keep the remaining time open for us to discuss, get clarification on any concepts that I either didn't speak well on, or just get any feedback on anybody want to add anything or just get better understanding. Please, let's discuss and talk about that now.